The Royal Shrovetide football match is legendary for being absolutely insane. Look, I know you have many questions and I'm going to get to them, but first and foremost, what's a Shrovetide? Hello! Welcome to Brainspill, the laziest show on the internet. My name is Tank, and we are talking about that medieval football game that is played one time a year in a small town in Ashbourne, Derbyshire. A football game that is believed to date back to the 12th century, with one slightly gruesome theory being that it originated with the head of an executed person being thrown around in a crowd of spectators. The Ashbourne version of the game has been played from what is believed to be 1667. But the exact origin of the game isn't known due to the fact that the Royal Shrovetide Committee records were actually destroyed in a fire in the 1890s. So it's kind of presumed based on the limited historical records we have of the game. Yes, somehow this game has managed to stand the test of time and even today is very, very popular. But when I tell you what's involved, you'll understand pretty quickly why it's still so popular and why so many people come down every year to play the Royal Shrovetide game. Oh, and if you're thinking this is the type of football game where a whole bunch of players run around on a pitch kicking a ball around, you're going to be sorely mistaken. The game is played every Shrove Tuesday, the day before Lent, and the following day on Ash Wednesday, the beginning of the Lent season in the Christian faith. Hence the name Shrovetide. The tide part of the name is a little bit more literal when you see the game in action. As a general overview, a Shrovetide football is made from a hand-sewn leather ball and is carefully hand-painted before the game, which is played between two sides known as the upwards and the downwards, respectively borne north and south of the Henmore Brook River that flows through the town. Whilst this isn't a massive town, normally this game would attract a few hundred or so players, but with its popularity over recent years, even tourists are travelling down for the days of play just to see what happens in this legendary football game, with even thousands taking part. Yeah, and just to give you an idea, the games, they look kinda like this, and maybe even this. So that should just put into perspective what we're looking at here. This game is mad. As a result of this annual tradition, the town basically shuts for 2 whole days. Any shops on the main streets and anywhere else will basically close. They'll board the windows to make sure that any unruly behaviour doesn't cause any public property damage, and to make sure that the game can go off without a hitch. The game starts at 2 PM sharp, with a good old sing-along to the national anthem before the ball is launched into the air from a raised platform. The crowd surges forward from both sides, with the sole intention of pushing the ball towards goals 5 kilometres apart from the river, where the team has to hit the ball 3 times on a millstone to score. This is probably the most English thing I could ever think of, a whole bunch of people kicking and throwing a ball around, probably after a few drinks, and kicking it at a millstone. Yeah, we don't get any more English here. The Downards attempt to reach Clifton Mill, while the Uppards try to reach Sturston Mill. After each goal, the game is reset, everyone goes back to the centre of the town, and another ball is launched for yet another round of the Royal Shrovetide football game. Interestingly as well, the person that scores the game actually gets to keep the ball as a souvenir, so they normally have a few balls to play with every annual game. So anyone that does score, they try to give it to a local, because if there's ever going to be a Shrovetide ball up for grabs, then you'd hope it would be somebody in the town of Ashbourne that gets it, rather than some random tourist. With all this craziness going on, you'd think that there would be some rules, some state of play to make sure that things don't go absolutely off the rails. And you'd be right, there are rules. Not many rules, but there are a few. Despite the grisly nature of the game, causing bodily harm is against the rules, as you might expect. Also, you can't take the ball out of bounds, which basically means that you can't take it out of the town. Basically, the entire town is the field of play. There are a few exceptions, however. You can't go on public property, you can't take the ball into places of worship, cemeteries, or places like that. But really, aside from that, it's fair game. You can take it to the park, you can take it to the streets, hell, you can even go in the river itself if you want to. However, there are 1 or 2 more rules just to make it more fair. So basically it has to be on display. You can't put it in a bag, you can't put it under your coat, you can't throw it in a car and drive 20 miles with it. No, it has to be in play, visible for everybody to see. Yes, it would be at this time that I would show you some clips to back up what I'm saying, just to show you the kind of things that goes on during the game. However, given the nature of the sport, I know damn well I'm going to get my video taken down or age restricted sooner than you can click the video. So unfortunately I won't be showing any actual videos of it here. I've got a few stills and images, but that's what you're going to get. If you do want to see it in person, then just type it in on YouTube and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see something. You know, after this video, of course. Just to give the game some order, there are marshals, police officers, and medical professionals on site, but, you know, you can only do so much, given the fact that there's hundreds of people trying to rush a ball in one go. You know, you can only do so much here. This is the legendary Shrovetide, and there's even an anthem that goes along with the game, sung every pre-game lunch at the Green Man and Blackhead's Royal Hotel in Ashbourne Town Centre, which goes as follows. There's a town still plays this glorious game, though 'tis but a little spot, and year by year that contest fought, from the field that's called Shawcroft. Then friend meets friend in friendly strife, the leather fought again, and they play the game right manfully. In snow, sunshine or rain, 'tis a glorious game, deny it who can, that tries the pluck of an Englishman. For loyal the game we shall ever be, no matter when or where, and treat that game as aught but the free, is more than the boldest dare. Though the ups and downs of its checkered life, may the ball still ever roll, until by fair and gallant strife, we've reached the treasured goal. 'Tis a glorious game, deny it who can, that tries the pluck of an Englishman. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to be notified as soon as I upload my next video, be sure to hit the bell button. And if you've got any ideas for what topics you'd like me to discuss next, let me know down in the comments below. As always, sources used in the video will be in the description. So just looking at this game, you could literally go for kickoff at 2 PM, you know, get involved for an hour or so maybe, go away, have a nap, come back, and the same game might still be going on. That just goes to show how dedicated a lot of these people will probably be to just be there for the entire time. Come rain or shine. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.